Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Um, so I'm gonna let a few people trickle in and welcome. Hi, David. So while people are kind of jumping in, I'm just gonna right here. So for those of you who have not participated in meditation transmission, please make sure to find a comfortable seat. Um, I'm sitting on the floor because sitting on the floor is comfortable for me. But if you are not as comfortable, please make sure that you're on a chair. And if you are on a chair, make sure that your knees are hip distance apart and in alignment with your chair legs. And you also want to make sure that your feet are nice and flat on the floor. So, once you found your seat, let's get comfy. So, I'm seeing a couple of new faces. For those of you who haven't done this with us before, welcome. This is Meditation Transmission. We've been meeting every week since quarantine, so this is actually the 8th edition of Meditation Transmission. And we've basically just been kind of progressively amping up our meditation practice. And the purpose of this is to get everybody comfortable with the idea of meditating, doing it with somebody who is experienced so that they can guide them through it, and then taking that out into your daily life. This meditation, the whole video altogether is going to last probably a little under an hour. The meditation itself is only 20 minutes, but there is some prep work. And the reason why I do it that way is because in order for you to get comfortable, because a lot of us, our minds are super busy. We have a ton going on. Even now in quarantine, like we still have a lot of obligations. We're thinking about our jobs and life and all these other things. So our minds are very busy. So the purpose of kind of gearing yourself up for the meditation is so that you can actually sit. You can be comfortable, not distracted as much, and just to be able to achieve a state of meditation. And there are some misconceptions about meditation, which I always like to preface everything with. There is no goal to be had. There is nothing to achieve. The only thing is your willingness to sit down and the actuality of you making time to sit down. What happens in your meditation is somewhat irrelevant because every single time it's going to be different. And you can ask this of experienced meditators that have been meditating for 20 plus years, etc., that this is common, that you are going to find yourselves coming in and out of the meditation as you're in it. Thoughts are going to arise, emotions are going to pop up, a dog might bark, someone might be talking outside, and there goes your whole entire experience. So what meditation does is it teaches us how to be okay with the unexpected, okay? And this is something that we can take into life at large. And how we react to these unexpected things. So you're sitting and you're minding your own business, and all of a sudden a memory comes up of you being 5 years old and someone was picking on you. And then you get carried away with the emotion of that experience, and then your meditation goes out the door. So I'm here to let you know that when it comes to meditating, these things are going to happen. Hi, Alex. These things are going to happen, absolutely. So you are going to have moments where things will bubble up. And what you need to remember is that, one, it's normal, and two, just don't let yourself be carried away by it. And what I mean by that is that you can follow the emotion. You can continue along the train of the thought that is carrying you away and just get completely lost and sidetracked. And then all of a sudden, the time that you've allotted for your meditation is up. And you know what? To be honest, that's okay too. If that's what happens, that's what happens. You just have to be okay with it and not have this expectation of having a transcendental experience every single time that you sit down. And I say this because I have so many friends that are like, Rose, I really want to meditate, but I don't know how. And I have ADD or ADHD, and I'm having a difficult time doing it. And all I'm asking is that you set aside, even if it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, half an hour, whatever the case is, just set aside a little bit of time every single day to be with yourself in complete quiet, okay? And if you can close your eyes, if you can throw in a little bit of a breath technique, if you can throw in a mantra or something, great. That's like next level. If all it takes is for you to just sit down for even 5 minutes with just complete silence, that's all that we need. That's all we need, is really just a little bit of time out of our regular routine in our regular day where we say, all right, I'm doing something for myself today. And today, what I'm going to do is sit down without any distractions, without looking at my phone or anything, and just doing that, committing to that. So today's meditation and the ones that we've been doing through meditation transmission, they're extended. So again, I'm showing you different ways to meditate, different ways to achieve a state of calm and relaxation, to be able to meditate. But if it's just you sitting down for 5 minutes in a chair, even if it's like staring out of the window, I don't care, and you're just quiet, that's your job is well done, okay? So again, just remember that what we're doing here is just a little different. We're taking it up a notch. And these videos do get uploaded to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Rose Knows Recommends. Hi, Todd. And so if you want to revisit this particular meditation, you could do this one every day. It is longer though, so it does require a little bit more of a commitment. But again, the goal is just to sit in place. All right. Before we begin, I did want to mention that I am accepting donations via Venmo, also PayPal. If PayPal is the way that you do things, you can message me and I'll give you the email address for that. But otherwise, my Venmo is pinned in the comments. I appreciate anything that you can give. I don't have a source of income at this moment, so any help is greatly appreciated. And I'm here to be of service to you, so as long as you keep showing up, I'll keep doing this. We're in week 8, and I just can't believe we've been here together each week for 8 consecutive weeks. It's incredible. So thank you for tuning in. All right, let's get started. So for those of you who've kind of popped in a little bit later, let's make sure that we have a comfortable seated position. And I'm comfortable seated on the floor. I have a cushion underneath me, and I'm seated in a cross-legged position. Hi, Shannon. For some people, sitting on the floor and sitting cross-legged is not comfortable. So you just need to listen to your body and say, okay, well, this doesn't work. Sit in a chair, totally okay. Sit on a bench, totally okay. The only thing I ask is that you don't lay down, because when you're laying down, you run the risk of falling asleep, okay? So I prefer that you sit up so that your spine can be nice and tall. And while you're seated here, it's important to find your foundation. So when you're seated on the floor, your foundation is your bum. So you want to make sure that you find that bony part of your bum and make contact with the floor. So I actually lift up my butt cheeks, because there's a lot of it there. So I lift up my butt cheeks so I can kind of find that bony part and find my foundation. And then this allows me to sit taller. Some people need a little bit of backing to support themselves, totally okay if you need to lean up against something while you're seated. That's why a chair is a really great alternative if you're not comfortable on the floor. And if you do sit on the chair though, please make sure that your legs are uncrossed and that your legs are hip distance apart in alignment with the chair legs, so that your knees and hips align with your shoulders and that your feet are making contact with the floor. So that's your foundation. Okay. All right. So once we found our seated position, we're just going to take a moment here to check in with our bodies, check in with our breath. We're going to do a short breath technique, and then we're going to do a slightly more advanced breath technique. Then we're going to do the meditation, and I'm going to talk you through all of it, so you don't need to time yourself or anything. You just need to play along and be here for the ride. All right. So let's make sure that our spines are nice and tall. I like to envision a line going straight from the crown of my head all the way down my spine, anchoring me through my tailbone. And I also like to imagine that the line that's going through the crown of my head is lifting me up towards the sky. So you kind of get this tension so that you're able to be nice and tall. And once you've achieved a nice tall spine, you also want to check in here. Sometimes when we sit, and now because we're always on our phones, our chins are drooping. And some of us also, on the flip side, think that by sitting tall, it means having our chins elevated in this way. I would like for you to find kind of a halfway point between this and this, so that your chin is nice and parallel to the floor. This will allow the spine to remain nice and tall. Okay. Once you've found a nice tall spine, chin is parallel to the floor, take a moment here and relax the shoulders back. Okay, so you might notice that your shoulders are here. Maybe we're a little tense. Just relax the shoulders down. And now draw your elbows in closer towards you with your palms up or down, whichever feels more intuitive to you. And now please close the eyes. While you're here with your eyes closed, take a moment using your mind's eye to become aware of the space in which you are seated. So mapping out the four corners and the walls that are attached to it, observing yourself in this space, noticing where your phone is, the chair is, the couch, the TV, your computer. So mentally mapping your physical location. And now take a moment to become aware of that which is outside of the four walls. Noticing any trees, the sound of birds, people walking by and talking, cars. And once you've observed this, come back to the four corners and the walls and the space in which you are seated. And with loving and kind eyes, gaze upon yourself, seated in this space, and without judgment, without the need to change a single hair, just notice what you see. please take a moment to thank yourselves for being here, for having the wisdom and the courage to try something different. And while you are in this space of gratitude, I'd like to begin with a mantra that was passed down from my teacher's teacher to me. Ganesha Graha Nakshatra Yogini Rashi Rupanim Devim Mantra Maim Naomi Matrika Pita Rupanim Ganesha Graha Nakshatra Yogini Rashi Rupanim Devim Mantra Maim Naomi Matrika Pita Rupanim Ganesha Graha Nakshatra Yogini Rashi Rupanim Devim Mantra Maim Naomi Matrika Pita Rupanim. Please become aware of the sound of your breath, noticing the length of the breath, the depth of the breath, and without the need to change it, without judging it, just observe your natural breath, where it comes from, where it goes. And now please just take a moment to observe the body. So once again, using the mind's eye, just observing, noticing if there's any places of tension, of holding, pain or discomfort. And if you should come across such a place, what I'd like for you to do is direct your next few breaths with this place in mind. Each time that you inhale, you're inviting in new life force, new prana, energy, into this area. Each time that you exhale, you are asking for a release of the stagnation, the pain, the discomfort. So inhaling in new life, exhaling out the old. Now please just take another few moments to ensure that the body is comfortable. You feel your seat rooted all the way through the center of the earth. All the while, spine is nice and tall, chin is parallel to the floor. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears, elbows hugged in nice and close, with the palms up or down. Also become aware of your face. Notice if there is any holding in your jaw. If you find this, slightly open the mouth, allowing for a little room between your top and bottom teeth, releasing any tension from the jaw. Now please place one hand over the heart, the other hand over your navel, and just for a moment, notice the warmth and the energy radiating from your hands to your heart and your belly center. Now with your next breath, inhale deeply so that your belly fills the entire palm of your hand, lifts you up all the way through the chest, and then when you exhale, chest draws down, belly draws in. Inhaling, belly expands, filling the palm of your hand, chest lifts up and expands. Exhale, belly draws in. Inhale, belly expands, chest rises. Exhale, belly draws in. Inhaling into the palm of the hand. Exhaling, belly draws in. Let's just do about 10 more of these on our own. For those of us who have done breath exercises before, it may feel comfortable breathing in and out of the nostrils with the mouth closed. For those of us who are beginners and a little bit newer to breath exercises as a whole, it is okay to utilize the mouth for your breathing. Try not to judge it or think about it too much. Just focus on directing the breath into the belly and into the chest on the inhales, and on the exhales, drawing the belly all the way back towards the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. About 5 more here. Now please release the hands back to your thighs, palms up or down. Continue the belly breath as if the hands were still in place, one on the chest, one on your belly button. Two more. Now please relax, releasing the need to do the belly breath, and just observe your natural breath. Notice if it's altered at all since when you first sat down. The length, the depth of the breath, where it comes from, where it goes. now we're going to begin the alternate nostril breathing. For those of you who are newer, you're welcome to open your eyes at this point so that I can show you how we do it. For those of you who have done this with me before, please assume the mudra. So the mudra, the hand gesture, is similar to I love you in sign language, except you have your ring finger up. So thumb is up, ring finger is up, pinky finger is up, your index and your middle finger are down. So thumb up, ring finger up, pinky up. Okay, once you've got the hand mudra, place it on your thighs, palms up or down, whichever feels more comfortable. Close the eyes once more. And now please bring the hand with the mudra up to the face. Draw your elbow in towards the side of your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. And now using one part of your hand, blocking your left nostril, inhale deeply through the right. Plug the right, exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left, plug the left, exhale out through the right. Inhale through the right, plug the right, exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left, plug the left, exhale out through the right. Inhale through the right, close the right, exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left, close the left, exhale out through the right. Now please continue like this on your own time. And what I like to do when I'm doing this breath is each time that I inhale, I like to envision breathing with that entire side of the body. So filling that entire side of the body with prana, life force, or energy. And each time that I exhale through the opposite side, I like to imagine a complete release through that side of the body. So inhaling, filling up one side, and then exhaling and releasing completely through the opposite side. And the beautiful thing about the alternate nostril breath is that it brings a sense of balance between the right and the left hemispheres of your brain. It brings harmony between the right and the left sides of the body. Your right and left energies, so right being masculine, solar energy, left side being feminine, lunar energy. And you may notice that one nostril might be a little bit more dominant than the other. Rest assured that this is normal. One side, one nostril might be more dominant at one time than the other. And this happens naturally throughout the day. So about every 20 minutes or so, one side is more dominant than the other. So when you do the alternate nostril breath, we're inviting them to both be on the same page. And for those of you who have been doing this with me for a few weeks now, I invite you to add the visualization of the infinity symbol or the figure 8. So when you're inhaling with one side, I'd like to envision the inhale coming in, circling around the third eye, exhaling out through the opposite side, crossing here, circling around the belly button, and then again all over, creating an infinity. Let's just do about 5 more here. Now please release your hand. Palms on your thighs, up or down, whichever is more instinctive. When the palms are down, we feel good, we feel grounded. Palms are up, you are asking to receive. For those of us who are asking to receive something from our meditation, please set an intention now, whether it's a prayer for yourself, for your friends and loved ones, for the world at large, for your furry friends. Whatever that intention may be, let that be the driving force and the guide for today's experience. I'm setting the timer now. So as we begin to drop into our meditation, take one last moment here to check in with the body, check in with the breath, noticing and observing. All the while making sure that the spine is nice and tall, chin is parallel to the floor, shoulders are relaxed, elbows are relaxed. And now please release the need to do a single thing. And as we dip into silence, as I mentioned in the beginning, if you notice any emotions, feelings, memories, sounds, presences, any of these things arise, take a moment to acknowledge them, and with gratitude and love, send them away. Give them just a tiny bit of attention, and then come back to center by using the sound of your breath, using a mantra if you have one, and let that always be the core and the foundation that you return to when you find yourself being led astray. observing how the breath may have changed from when you first sat down. And using your mind's eye, become aware of your body. Noticing the flow of breath moving in and out of the body. Become aware of the four corners and the walls of the space in which you sit. And again, using your mind's eye, become aware of the things that are around you. Also noticing the sounds and the things that are beyond the four walls. Hearing the sounds of the birds, of people talking, cars, dogs. And now please come back to the four corners and four walls. And take a moment here to gaze upon yourselves with loving and kind eyes. Please bring your hands to your chest if you feel so inclined, in prayer position, slightly dropping the chin towards the hands, bowing to yourselves, giving gratitude and love to yourselves for having the wisdom, the willingness, and the courage to be here today. And if you'd like to join me with 3 ohms, please feel free. Drawing your chin towards your hands, once again bowing with gratitude towards yourselves and those who you wished were with you here today. And now please rub your hands to create some heat. And now place the palms over the eyes, feeling the warmth and the heat penetrating deep behind the eye sockets. And when you're ready, slowly open the eyes and the palms of the hand and softly let your hands melt away from the face. Taking in the room. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for joining me for another edition of Meditation Transmission. I appreciate you guys for joining me week after week. I can't believe it's been 8 weeks that we've been doing this. So, thank you. I will have this video uploaded onto the live function, so it'll be saved there for 24 hours on IG. And I'll also have it on YouTube for you to check it out at a later time if you'd like. And thank you again so much. I appreciate you. I've added my Venmo to the bottom, and whatever you can give, I'd appreciate it. This is my only source of income at the moment. So thank you again, and until next time, bye.